Welcome back to the Finish Line in association with Betopin.com. So in today's video we're going to have a look at some races from Haydock in the weekend and the Perth Gold Cup on Sunday. Tom, what's the crack?
Thanks, Andrew. Not much new studio layout.
It's nice, isn't it? Well,
Producer Kev wanted to give it a try.
I feel weird.
I know, it's a bit strange. We'll go with it though. They seem like they know what they're on about out there. Look, it's not inspiring, is it?
No, it's not a great weekend at all.
A weekend of the Derby and Tremor, like big racing, and then we get to this.
Live up to Tremor, isn't it?
Yeah. Look, 225 Haydock. We'll just run you through some short selections. Willie Mullins' his horse, True Self.
Certainty.
She's going to be very hard to beat. She ran to an RPI of 111 at Newmarket the time before last. If she runs to that again, I think she'll win this. She's improved. She took a while to get her head in front. I was a bit unsure about her. She seems to have improved since then. She'll go on, it's good to soft ground at the minute. She'll go on soft ground. She'll be very hard to beat. She's only 7-4, but she's going to be hard to beat.
7-4, she's going to be shorter than that come today.
You'd imagine so.
She still looks well in.
Yeah. She's progressive. She seems to keep still being progressive. So
she had a nice prep of going, so
yeah,
there's going to be no fears whatsoever. This has probably been our early season name.
Yeah, you'd imagine they've had an eye on it, get some black type, more black type. So yeah,
I disagree on True Self then.
Wouldn't knock her yet.
On to the next, the 3 o'clock at Haydock.
3 o'clock,
the sprint.
Probably my best fancy of the weekend here, actually.
Right.
A horse called Tarbouche.
Okay.
He was a prolific winner last season. Good reappearance run when he was third last day. Third first time out with Musselburgh. Was a bit short of room then the next day against Mabs Cross, so I'd kind of forgive him. The finishing position isn't telling the true story. I think he finished 8th that day, not 100% sure, but could have finished closer. Goes on the ground. Paul Midgley is in decent form. 2 out of 12 the last 14 days, but he's had a few placed horses as well. Tarbouche would be the one for me. He's about 7-1.
I'm going to roll in on Danzino.
Oh yeah?
Absolutely.
Broke my heart last year, that horse. The amount of times he looked eye-catching, and I got stuck in, and then he'd do the same thing every time.
He wasn't far off top class in his younger days, and as you say, last year he is a bit of a monkey.
Yeah.
But he missed a break last time and he still ended up winning by 6 lengths. I think this is the time to cash in, because he could just put 2 runs together and go, I couldn't be arsed for another 2 years.
Yeah. If he's got his confidence back up after his win, I agree with you. He was a cliff horse for me last year, and he went over the cliff.
He's well in on his old form as well.
Yeah.
I'd take a chance on him. Another one that you might do is El Astronaut, but he needs a really fast 5 furlongs, and Haydock is not. It's kind of a test of 5.
Yeah.
That'd be quite sweet on Danzino.
Very good. Take each other on there. It'd be good.
Haydock 335.
Not too much of an opinion on this now, to be honest. Safe Voyage. I know he's favourite. He's 4-1. Really progressive. Won a Galway last year. Won a handicap. Has been really kicking on well. Only blot was in the Balmoral handicap when he didn't run a very good race. I think there is still some improvement in him, and stepping up the Group 3 company now, I wouldn't knock anyone on him. Goes on the ground. I think he's got a good chance. I
like Tabarak. Ran a nice race. He's very eye-catching, as Tom's eye-catchers. I'm going to put this in for it. I watched the race. He came 4th last time. Travelled well up to just before the furlong pole. Back from 205 days. Probably needed a run. I think he has a good chance of winning this. I'd have him again. A strong enough fancy on him, 5-6-1.
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't have a very strong opinion on that.
It's not great racing this weekend, but if I was backing at him to be him and True Self, I'd roll in big time. Last but not least, well, it's not last because Tom has this beautiful 0-95.
No, it's not 65. He's rated. I think
he's going to be rated
53 now.
Anyway, before that, Perth Gold Cup 4:45 on the Sunday.
Perth Gold Cup, really competitive race.
About 70 entered.
anything. Like, there's so many that could win this. And I see Nicky Henderson's probably going to send a couple up there. Gordon Elliott will have a few runners as well. Paul Nichols has even got Roman de Sanam entered up. Look, one I'd side with is a horse who's really consistent. You could nearly bank on him to be in the first four. There's a horse called Some Kind of King for Tom George. He won the last day. He had cheap pieces on first time out. I think he's got a nice enough racing weight there. Just see what weight he's on at 10, 11. Yeah, he's got nice racing weight. He's very consistent, has been placed in listed handicaps and things like that. He's not too high in the handicap, I don't think, even though he always seems to run to the mark, so he's not well in. But I could see him running his race, especially if the win last time has perked him up a bit, and they keep the cheap pieces and the tongue tie on him. I could see him running the fair race.
Yeah, I have two just to throw in there. Get Out of the Gate, trained by Jim Goldie. He's 2 for 2 this season. He won by as far as you want the last time. Stepping up in grade. He's carrying 11-2. He's only a 6-year-old. He could have a lot improvement for a Northern trainer. Could be aiming for this race.
He is. My only worry with him is I think he went up 12 pounds. And that was a novice last time. There's only 3 runners. He won at 30 odd lengths. Yeah. But it's a lot of weight to go up and then to come back into a handicap. That was my only concern with him. But he could, as you say, look, he could be a progressive horse. Yeah. But that was.
I like novices in these kind of races.
Yeah. I was trying to look out for one, and I couldn't find one that jumped out. And that's why I went with Some Kind of King.
And one out of left field, Flaxen Flare, came back to form over hurdles last time, beating Woodland Opera by quite easily in the end.
If he just looked so out of love with the game for a long time now.
He looked a little sparkle back the last time.
Right.
He travelled. He only came off the bridle jump the last.
Yeah.
So I know he's back over fences now. If he's acting like his old self, he could be well in. He's going to be a big price, I'd say. Yeah. I'd say he's going to be 20s or bigger.
He'll be a very big price. Yeah. He'll be a big price.
Sure, look, he might get 4 or 5 places. He might fall into one. You could have worse.
He'd be staying on at the end normally, that isn't he? So
he's another bloody Danzino.
Yeah.
Right. Tom's eye catcher. We're going to throw it in. The hell with it.
So there's going to be a new little section to the show where we're going to try and give you a couple of. Again, I used we because I'm.
Don't say there. We. No, this is all you.
We're going to do a little section, and anything that I try and watch every Irish race that happens as part of my punting strategy. Whether it works or not is a different thing. But we're just going to give you a couple of eye catchers of horses that might go under the radar that could be worth keeping an eye on for next time. We'll try and tip them up again when they run, but just once they've run, and we'll give you a heads up on what we think is worth keeping an eye on. You can put them into any of your trackers that you might have. We gave you one earlier in the week, but another one I have there is a horse called Lehman. Now this one we're taking a shot with this lad. I'm taking a shot with this lad. He ran on the 22nd of May in Cork. He was 9th that day. He was way out the back, but he didn't get much room. But once he got straightened up, he ran on just to show there's there's ability there. He's trained by a guy called Terence O'Brien, he's a very good trainer, has a small amount of horses. He sells a lot of horses as well, but he's definitely got the ability to train. This horse is rated 55. He ran off 55 that day. He's probably going to be rated 53 now. I just think he's got the ability to pop up in a little race. I think he wants a bit more of a trip than he ran at Cork.
What did you run over?
I can't remember now. I haven't got it written down next to me. We've just come in and we've got my notes up. We'll have a look.
We're rushing because Tom has to get his haircut.
I have to go and get my haircut. I have 4 minutes to go and get my haircut now. Lehman, he ran over mile 2. So they handicapped him. He ran over mile 1 the first day, and then he got 2 runs over 7 furlongs, and then he ran over a mile 2 the last day. I think he looks slow enough, but it was just enough there that when he got straightened up after getting a bit of interference that he ran on well enough. There could be a day in this lad. His form figures, as I was telling you before, 08009.
Oh yeah, that's confidence building now. That is.
If this lad pops up, he's going to pop up at a price. But if we just found a bad 1 mile 4 0 to 65 that divided or something
Or
like that.
Ban Road or
Somewhere with a bit of a long straight to run in.
That's not Banner Road.
Yeah, no, I think we could maybe see this lad win a race. There's ability there.
Really?
Yeah, there is. I know 100% there's ability there.
Okay.
He's off a very low mark. He caught my eye anyway. He didn't get much room. Then he ran on. And I think he wants a bit further. He's been handicapped as though he wants further. Yeah, I think, he'll pop up someday, I think. Lehman, his name is. Keep
Lehman, Tom's eye catcher of the week. All right, we also have a few things we're going to start introducing into the videos. We had a meeting yesterday where we came up with this wall of shame. So this could be the first horse to make the wall of shame next week.
Lehman will be going on the green side of the wall of shame. But by the way, he hasn't got any entries, that horse. Just keep an eye on him, put him in your tracker. It'll pop up.
No, that's up to you now. You've got to keep the list.
Yeah, we'll remind the listeners and we'll put it out on our social media as well. So,
also, on our Instagram and Facebook now, myself and Tom are going to be doing daily naps. Literally a 30-second video of what we think is the best bet for the day.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing that practically every day. So keep an eye on our Instagram and Facebook page as well. They'll be up there by 12 o'clock.
Yeah, by 12
by 12 o'clock every day.
Try and get them done earlier, but definitely by 12.
Yeah.
We'll have them up and just be one selection each day. See how we get on.
We get on good. We're good at this. Yeah, so again, next week, Royal Ascot preview will be done.
Yeah.
And the wall of shame will be created just in time for Lehman. Forgot the name already. Sorry.
Don't forget him, Lehman.
Right, so again, we'll be back next week with the Royal Ascot preview. And again, thanks for watching, lads. And give us a like and subscribe. And we'll see you next week.